Good day, children. We are here again for our second week for English quarter two. So, our lesson this day is all about mass nouns and count nouns. So, before we begin, you know the drill. I want you to get your English module and then you will run your module with me as I will try to discuss with you the content of your module by parts. Okay? So, kinahanglanon nga na ninyo inyong module sa inyong tapad, na may ballpen, na po mo eraser, kay kung kinahanglanon ninyong i-change inyong answer, pwede ra po siya buhaton. Okay. So, I also want you to find a comfortable place sa inyong lugar, sa inyong balay, para makasugod na ta sa ato ang pag-take up sa ato ang week 2 in English, quarter 2. Okay? So once again, my name is Sonia Lynn L. Sanchez. I am your teacher in English. So are you ready? I think you are now. Okay, so let's go now to the next page. Okay, so what's in? I think you already knew what nouns are, right? If you could remember, nouns are names of person, animals, place, or location, things or objects, and happenings or ideas. Okay, so we have some examples here. We have books, which is a thing, sugar, also a thing, school is a place, milk is a thing, trees are things, flowers also, chocolates and salts. So if we have name of person, we have Diane, Sonia, um, Lance, Miguel. Okay, so those are examples of names of people. All right, so anything that is given names are what we called nouns. Okay, so dali ra na ninyo, madumduman na ninyo. But for our lesson karon, we are not going to focus on nouns, but we are going to focus on the two, the mass nouns and the count nouns. But before we proceed to that, let's first take up the next part of the module, which is what's new. Now, in what's new, it says here, let's start our lesson by reading a paragraph about a very worth remembering vacation. Okay, so after reading, answer the comprehension questions below the paragraph. So as always, dili na to ansiran individually or by item ang mga comprehension questions. It's because gusto ko makabalo kung just by reading the story, makasabot ba mo kay through answering the comprehension question, diha na ko mahibalaan nga nakasabot mo sa inyong gibasa. Okay? So I will help you read the story and understand the story, and then later on, you will answer it. Okay, so let's try to read the story. My summer vacation. Hello, my name is John. My family went to Zambales for our summer vacation. We visited small group of land masses entirely surrounded by water. We rode in a sturdy banca to one of the island. I was awed by its sheer beauty. To our delight, we saw a lot of seashells around the clear blue water seemed to beckon us for a swim. My brother and I lost no time in doing so. After a while, we heard mother call. It was time for our snacks. We quickly retraced our track back to where we were encamped. My mother served glasses of buko juice with suman and bibingka, but my younger brother was given a glass of milk and biscuits. Later for our lunch, we feasted on tinola, fried fish, fruits, and vegetables. On our way back, I said a little prayer of thanks to our Lord for the wonderful islands of the beach of Zambales. Okay, so that's what the story is all about. So it was John who is telling his story about his summer vacation in Zambales. Okay, so let's go to the next. So we have here now the comprehension questions below. So look at your modules. You have there 5 questions only. So the comprehension check says, write your answer on the space provided after the given questions. So we have only 5. So 1 is, who is the boy in the story? 2, where did the whole family spend their vacation? 3, what kind of water vessel did they ride to reach the islands? 4, what did mother serve for their snacks and lunch? And 5, what did John do before leaving the island? Okay, so children, if your answer can't be fit to the blank provided, you can also provide sheet of paper, but make sure you're going to paste it on the same page. Ayaw ibutang sa lain nga page but to this page only para dili lisod ini-check ni ma'am sa inyuhang answer para sa comprehension questions. Okay? Okay, so you will answer this later after we are done discussing the rest of the parts of the module. Okay, so next, what is it? This is the next part of the module. Okay, look at the words inside the box. These are the words found in the paragraph. Yes. In column A, can be counted. It says there. In column B, it says cannot be counted. What is the difference between the two boxes? Okay, so let's try to see. In column A, we have there vegetables, fried fish, island, fruit, biscuits. And in column B, we have juice, milk, sand, water, tinola. I wonder how they are different or unsa kahay kalainan aning duha. Okay. The words inside the box tell something about the things that can be counted and the things that cannot be counted. So kung mayroon taog things that can be counted, children, things nga makaihap tama sa itong nakumagko o taman sa atong ma-visualize kung pila na siya kabuok. Okay? Pag mayroon tag cannot be counted, kanang dili nato maihap. So, syempre. Okay. So, column A are nouns which can be counted. We call them count nouns. Count nouns are nouns which can be counted as one or more. Okay, other examples are spoon, ballpen, cell phones, balloons. We can always count spoon, ballpen, cell phone, and balloons to determine their numbers. Siyempre, bisag pila na kabuk imong hibutang diha, basta naa lang jud kay gana nga muihap, maihap jud na nato. So they are considered can be counted. But column B are nouns which cannot be counted. We call them mass nouns. Mass nouns are nouns which cannot be counted. Okay, from the word mass, daghan. Okay, for examples are oil, sugar, hair, salt, and soup. If there are lots of oil, sugar, hair, salt, and soup, it is incorrect to say oils, sugars, hairs, salts, and soups. Diba? If you can remember sa una, sa ato ang grade 3, pag two or more gani ang atong nouns kay ato lang i-add og s para sa plural form, di ba? Kung moingon tag book, isa ka buok. Pag moingon tag books, daghan na siya. Okay, but it's different in mass nouns, children. Lahi siya sa mass nouns. Kaya ang mass nouns, dili siya pwedeng butangan og s. But generally, mass nouns cannot be pluralized. Kanang dili siya maadan og s lang to make it plural. Unsa may buhaton nato? Okay, we use quantifiers or counters. Quantifiers or counters tells us how much or how little the mass nouns are. So, mo na siya ginagamit nato. So, kung ang column A nga count nouns, maada na to S, ana kay daghan sila, ana. But for the column B that cannot be counted or the mass nouns, we use quantifiers. Okay, what are these quantifiers? Ma'am, unsa din ng quantifiers? Okay, for example, ang sugar. Kanang sugar, dili dyan na nato matagsa-tagsag punit para ipon og tag-isa, di ba? Kay imposible jud kay na tungod kay pino man ang sugar. So how do we express it, or how can we say na daghan ang sugar? By the use of quantifier, a cup. Okay, so meaning, ang pag-measure karon sa sugar. A cup of sugar. A teaspoon of hair. A strands or strands of hair, a bowl of soup. So instead nga ang soup ang imong ipon or ang sugar or ang salt, ang imong ipon kung pila ka cup, pila ka teaspoon, pila ka bowl ang nagamit. So mo na siya nahimo siyang quantifiers. Kay dili man nimo siya pwedeng matagsa-tagsa. Okay. The underlined words in the given examples are the quantifiers. Some quantifiers are much, many, lots of, a little bit of, a piece of, a glass of, a kilo of, or a pound of. Mass nouns need quantifiers or counters for measurement. Okay, klaro na to ha. Ang atuang pag-ihap sa mass nouns is due to their measurements. Kung pila ka buok tasa, pila ka buok teaspoon, pila ka buok kutsara, kutsarita, bowl, ug uban pa. So that is how we measure or count a mass noun. So using the quantifiers. Examples are a kilo of flour, slices of cheese, a glass of milk, pieces of bread. Okay, so kaning slices, pieces, mo ni siya mga quantifier, a kilo. So when we say a, one rin na siya. Pag may tag 2 kilos of flour, 3 kilos, mo na siya quantifiers. Okay, ginahatagan nato siya og kanang word na mas mahatagan nato og masugdan nato og pila ka buok ba. Okay. Always remember, count nouns can be counted while mass nouns cannot be counted. Quantifiers or counters tells us how much or how little the mass nouns are. Mass nouns need quantifiers or counters for measurement. And generally, we cannot pluralize mass nouns. So, di na nato pwedeng maadan og S or ES to make it plural. But we use quantifiers in mass nouns to express ang ilang ang kadaghanon nila. Okay? So identifying count nouns and mass nouns would make us communicate our ideas better. Okay. So kung may kaibalo ka nga, maihap na siya, okay kaayo mas masabtan kaysa moingon kag kwai ko og asukar or butangi og asukar. Moingon si mama nga, dong, butangi og asukar akong gatas. Di syempre, di ba, mangutan na tag na, pila ka kutsara akong ibutang asukar. Okay. So kana mas nagsigka sinabtanay mo ni mama nga dong butangi og 2 ka kutsarang asukar akong gatas. Oh, so at least na siya specific nga pila ka takos or pila ka kutsara ang imo ang i-add sa milk ni mama. Okay, nasabdan. All right. Okay, so let's proceed. Okay, so we have here different activities, children. Okay, so let's try to have fun this time. What's more? Guided activities. Activity number 1. Direction. Identify the count nouns and mass nouns. Write C if it is a count noun and M if it's a mass noun. Okay, again, children, kung C, count nouns, katong maihap. While ang M, mass nouns, katong nanginahanglan og quantifiers. Katong dili pwedeng butangan og S para mahimong plural or managhan. Okay. Number 1. Sleepers. Is this C, count nouns, or M, mass nouns? If your answer is letter C, that is correct. Count nouns na siya. Kaya ang sleepers, kung imo na siyang ipon, maihap yun na nimo siya. Kay dili man na siya gagmay. Maihap na nimo siya. 2. Gasoline. Count nouns or mass nouns? If your answer is letter M, mass nouns, correct. Kay ang pag-measure nato sa gasolina is by litro, by liter. Okay, kung magpatubil gani si Papa sa sakyanan, boss, magpatubil ka, magpatubil. Pila ka litro? O mangutan naman tag, how many liter of gasoline ang needed sa sakyanan? Siyempre, moingon si Papa, tubili ko og 2 ka litro or tulo. So, naagi na siya counters or quantifiers. Okay, so that is letter M, mass nouns. Number 3, honey. Kanang honey sa B. Yeah, kanang yellow nga tamis gani siya. Liquid form. Okay, what is that? Is it mass nouns, M, or count noun, C? If your answer is letter C, count nouns, that is incorrect. Sayop na siya. Kay ang honey, children, dili na nato siya maihap. Kay liquid man na siya. Except kung moingon og bottle of honey or a bottle of honey, 3 bottles of honey, 1 teaspoon of honey. Diha, naggamit ta og counters or quantifiers. Okay, so ang atong answer sa number 3 is letter M, must nouns. Number 4, spoon, kutsara. Is it count nouns or must nouns? If your answer is letter C, count nouns, it is correct because basically we can count spoon. Maihap naman nato ang spoon. Okay. Next, number 5, vinegar. Vinegar, suka. Ada si dato puti, suka, vinegar. Okay. Is this a C count noun or M must noun? Okay, so if your answer is letter M, must nouns, very good. It's check, it's correct because vinegar can only be counted if we use quantifiers or counters. Okay, 2 cups of vinegar, 1 spoon of vinegar, ana. So, nagyod tayo gamit nga quantifiers or counters para ani nila. Okay, so I hope na kuha mo 5. 5 na yan. Okay, 5 na yarn. Dali ra siya ang pag-differentiate nato sa count nouns and mass nouns. Okay, diretso ta sa guided activity 2. Direction. Pick out the correct count nouns and must nouns and write them under proper heading. Okay, natay box diha. Sa sulod sa box, pwede na siya box, rectangle na siya. Sa sulod sa rectangle na ay mga words. We have blood, sand, books, table, pencil, coffee, trees, oranges, soy sauce, and cement. Okay, using these words, I want you to arrange them. Arrange them to or put them to the proper heading. Diha sa ubos nang kita tawag count nouns and mass nouns. Okay. So, tagaan ta mong sample sa count nouns. Number 1 sample sa count nouns, books. Para sa mass nouns, blood. Okay. And the rest is for you to answer. Okay? Alright. So, you answer it later. So, atong sample sa count nouns gani is books. Ang sample sa mass nouns, blood. Okay. Alright. So, later na ninyo ansiran. Next, guided activity 3. Ang gingon diri, tell whether the underlined noun is a mass noun or a count noun. Write your answer on the space provided before the number of the given subject. Sentence pala, given sentence. So if you look at every sentence, children, naa siya gi-underlinean nga word. Okay? So tan-awon nimo kung mass noun ba na siya or count noun. Let's try. Number 1. The LGU has distributed 1 sack of rice to the locally stranded individuals during their quarantine period. And the underlined word is rice. Is this mass noun or count noun? Okay, if your answer is count noun, this is wrong. Okay, or that is wrong. Kay tungod ang rice, di na nimo siya maisa-isa o ihap by lugas. Ang pag-ihap sa rice, children, is by pwede cup or by kilo. So, nagamit siya og quantifiers or counters. Kahit tungod gagamit siya og quantifiers and counters, naa siya under sa mass nouns. So, number 1 is mass nouns. Number 2, Mom told me to add more flour to the dough before baking the cookies. Ang underlined word is flour. Is this mass nouns or count nouns? Okay. Like the rice, children, ang flour, nagamit po na siya og mga quantifiers and counters like cup of flour, a sack of flour, or a teaspoon of flour. So that means under na siya sa mass nouns. Okay, number 3. Each family will be given 3 liters of alcohol during the lockdown. The word is alcohol. Kung makita ninyo, children, naa na siya'y clue daan. 3 liters of alcohol. So, meaning, kay gamitan na siya og quantifiers or counters. Of course, ang alcohol nato diri is a mass noun. Very good. It's mass nouns. Number 4. Erwin should listen to his teacher. The underlined word is teacher. Is it count noun or mass noun? If your answer is count noun, correct. Teacher. Teachers kung daghan, maihap ra gihapon. Okay. Number 5. You will need eggs for this recipe. The underlined word is eggs. What is the answer? Is it mass noun or count noun? If your answer is count nouns, another check for you children. Okay, it's count noun because eggs can also be counted. Although usahay mo ingon og a tray of eggs, pwede po siya mamas noun siguro no. Kung daghan jud kayo ang itlog, trays of eggs, pwede po siya gamitan. But for now, kay nag-focus man og recipe, so kung meaning magluto, gamay ra jud siguro kayo ng itlog gamitan, no? So, syempre, it's count nouns. Okay. So, kinsa sa inyo nakakuha og 5 ani diri dapita? Very good. Kaayo. Karon kabalo na mo differentiate between sa count nouns o sa mass nouns. Let's proceed to guided activity 4. Choose the appropriate quantifiers or counters for the mass nouns from the box to complete the phrases. Okay, kung makita ninyo, naa na po na siya rectangular box diha. O sa sulod sa rectangular box, we have 8 words. Handful, box, cup, bottle, bowl, jar, plateful, and basket. Naisubra isa ani. Sobrang pagilabot. Kahit tungod, 7 ra kabuok ang words nga gikinahanglan. But, isa ang word nga nasa box kay 8 kabuok. Okay, children. So, unsa kaha ni siya? Number 1. Ang bonus ning number 1. And the rest, kamo na dayon answer. Number 1. A blank of chocolates. Unsa ka ni siya, no? Is it a handful of chocolates? A bowl of chocolates? A box of chocolates? A jar of chocolates? A cup of chocolates? A plateful of chocolates? A bottle of chocolates? Or a basket of chocolates? So, tan-awon ninyo kung aha mabagay ibutang ning mga words. And for number 1 as bonus, it is a box of chocolates. So, sample na ha, bonus na number 1, box of chocolates. And the rest will be done by you. Okay, so I will check this also. Pag mabalik na ni mama or ni papa ang inyong module sa Akua. Okay? So, naana mo'y duhat-buhaton nga kamukha mo lang. We have the activity guided 2 and the activity guided 4. Nag-provide man po ko ninyo og sample. Okay. Next, independent activity. Okay, children, for independent activity, from the word independent, that means you're going to work this on your own. And this is also your performance output. So when we say performance output, this is a recorded activity. So meaning i-record ni ma'am. So independent activity 1, nag-ingon, choose the appropriate mass nouns and count nouns to complete the following sentence. Write your answers or answer on the blank. Then sa independent activity 2, complete the lines of the poem with appropriate counter or quantifier. Choose the quantifiers from the box. O, diba? So, muna na. Lima ka words, 5 ka blank. So, tan-awon dyan ninyo, children, kung unsa dyan mabagay nga quantifier ang pwede ninyong ibutang sa inyong noun para manindot siya paminawon o makompleto ang inyong poem or poem. Okay? So, again, children, this is your performance output. So, dili ko muhatag o bonus ani or sample because you will work this on your own. Okay. Next. What I have learned. Okay, so answer the following question na ta. So kanipod, dili na siya recorded, pero gusto ko makabalo kung how far ang inyong nasabtan sa ato ang discussion today. Okay? So what are count nouns? Kabalo na mo, balik-balik to na ko kaganina. What are mass nouns? Nakwad po na nako. What are quantifiers and counters? Why do mass nouns need quantifiers and counters? And why do we need to distinguish mass nouns from count nouns? Okay? So, kamukha mo rin mo answer, ani. Pero, dili ni siya recorded. Ang atong recorded is atong performance. Katong independent activity. Okay. Next. What I can do. Okay, so what I can do, children, diri magsugod ang ako ang assessment or evaluation. Tan-awon nako kung how far have you learned sa ato ang discussion nga nabuhat kaganina. Kung aha mo taman ang inyong nahibal-an. The direction is identify the count nouns, identify the count nouns and mass nouns on the given recipe. Write your answer on its proper column. Okay, so ang recipe is banana turon recipe. Now, sa na-mention nga mga recipe, kanang 10 pieces banana, 1 cup sugar, 1 liter cooking oil, 15 pieces lumpia wrapper, 5 pandan leaves, 3 cups water, 1 tablespoon margarine. Aha ana ang nabilong sa count nouns, aha pod ang sa mass nouns. Okay, so muna gyapon, inyo gyapon na siyang buhaton, and of course, this is also recorded. Kay part naman ni siya sa inyong assessment. And of course, ang inyong assessment proper, encircle the mass nouns and box the count nouns in the sentence. Kung inyong tanawon og ayo ang kada sentence, pwedeng naay isa sa sentence nga noun diha nga ma-considered ninyo as mass noun or count noun. So kung tan-aw ninyo nga kana nga noun is a mass nouns, inyo na siyang isulod og box. Kung tan-aw ninyo nga count noun siya, kung mass noun siya, sorry children, kung mass noun siya, circle circle kung mass nouns. Then box kung count nouns. Okay, children? Okay, so tan-awa og ayo og analyza ang sentence kung diha ang atuang noun. Remember, noun is a name of a person, place, things, events, or animals. Okay, so tan-awa jud diha kung unsay focus sa sentence mo po na siyang imuhang noun. Okay, children? So good luck in answering the assessment, children. Of course, starting with, ato ibalik, what I can do. Kana siya din taman sa assessment ani. Ug ayaw kalimot sa inyong performance output, of course, ang independent activities 1 and 2. Okay? So that's all for today, children. I hope nga namoy na-learn sa atong lesson about mass nouns and count nouns. And hoping na ini-check nako sa inyuhang module is dako-dako tagkuha. It's because nakasabot ta sa ato ang gi-discuss today. Okay, thank you very much, children, for giving me some time today to discuss about mass nouns and count nouns. And until we hear each other again para sa week 3 nato puhon-puhon in English. I'll see you then. My name again is Mrs. Sonelyn Sanchez. Thank you and have a great day. Bye-bye, children.